Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. This is gonna be a super quick one. It is still, at this point, March 26, and we haven't received any information about the next season or Elena so far. This is the last thing they basically gave us, just saying I'm sorry, this is not how things should be done, we're gonna do better next year. These are the Street Fighter devs. Other devs, like the Tekken devs, tend to do this Tekken Talk live. These are just long podcast type of videos with a lot of information. This is more for you to know why the Tekken community is so concerned about what is happening to the game. And I am too, because I also like Tekken. Somewhere inside Tekken 8 there's a really good game, but they seem to be following just a completely different route. And you have things like this.
So, obviously it is during the heat state, so people freaking out in chat, please keep that in mind.
Heat is something that you can activate very freely. And they're showing Ana having a low that deals, you know how much? 60 something damage? 64 damage. It could also mid crush. That means highs can whiff, mids can whiff. And mids are usually the safest option in Tekken. And this is insane. This is just insane. But this is not the only issue. I think generally the energy, and this might be just me reading the room incorrectly, but I feel the energy of the Tekken Talk lives is a little bit low. Sometimes things happen where there's a joke that needs to be explained to the English audience. That feels like you're not following entirely the conversation. Also, they tend to talk over Murray sometimes, so the translation is not properly explained like this. And this is just a funny moment. There was a girl in place of Harada, and then Harada showed up.
He said being turned into a Bishojo only lasts for a very short period for him, so.
It was funny. But they need to explain it way later, and it happens very often. Or Moray has to confirm what they're saying over and over again. And that basically increases the runtime. This is 2 hours, 40 minutes. It's just a long conversation. And this reminds me of, this thing right here. You know what this is? This is Teams. For everyone who has worked at a big company, or they use Slack or other means. So I'm just getting the vibe of just being there in an internal conversation, just not doing anything, and maybe the information is not delivered correctly. And that's just the same feeling. I just there just waiting for something interesting to happen, and it takes forever. I'm gonna assume they just don't talk without any kind of guidance. This is very similar to what Street Fighter is at the moment. A lot of crouching medium kicks, drive rushes, Hadokens, drive rush, fireball, drive rush, all of those things that tend to feel like the game is very samey overall. He's my favorite character in fighting games, and yet you see something like this. All of the characters, or that's what it feels with this Tekken Talk. Almost every single character has something on block or on hit that takes you into a stance, and then a 50-50 mix-up. And this is not necessarily how you want to do your characters, because now everyone will be doing this with King, everyone will do it with Ana, Nina already has it. Also showed Jin doing the exact same thing. Transition into Zen, which is a stance, if you don't know, that has high crush, and he has a mix-up. Ana has a sequence where you cannot press jabs, you have to just block. So that's just too much, and that is definitely not something the community wants. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe we're all exaggerating. Maybe this is gonna be different once the patch drops next week. There are other things that I'm skipping, like if you take throws, now you take white health if you're in hit. Again, being in hit is so easy that that's gonna happen all the time. It is white health, it is recoverable health, but still, it's something like, why is it added into the game? Was it required in a game like this? I don't think they need to do this. I think this is the other extreme. Nor a conversation for almost 3 hours. That could be, I don't know, that could be a video about half the length with just pre-recorded footage, subtitles and everything. There is a middle ground here. Keep playing grapplers. I'll see you in the next one. I hope Tekken is fixed. Bye bye.